Thank you. Thank you for Professor Martin Magan, and also thanks to the Academy of Social Sciences for inviting me to be here. It's my honor to be here for. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. As you know, my major is analytical philosophy and philosophy of science. So actually, I was assigned to give this presentation on innovation. So that actually this topic is my choice just because of my background of research. So in 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 this talk, I would just want to talk about innovation in technology and engineering from a very, very special philosophical perspective about. So, this one, yeah. In my presentations, I divide the three parts. The first part is about the new technology improved by the engineering such as GPT-4 or GPT-5. So as we know, the very famous and very influential right now in the new technology. So as we know, the GPT just means generative pre-training and transforms and for the big data. So actually, if we want to use the GPT, actually, so we can use some of the big data for our understanding of natural language or for the artificial intelligence to understanding of big data. So here, I just want to define the ChatGPT as a language grand model based on the big data rather than a conversation model for knowledge obtained. So actually, so we couldn't learn so much knowledge from ChatGPT, but only some model, just like the grand linguistic model for our understanding of the conversation with ChatGPT. So ChatGPT 4 or 5, it just desired for a specific purpose to solve some practical problems, but not for change human intelligence. So actually, so ChatGPT or GPT is a challenge to human intelligence. So if we want to know how human intelligence works, so we maybe right now, so we could use ChatGPT or artificial intelligence to understanding further. So that is we should know. So why the new intelligence or engineering could affect us in our modern society, just because there are so many scientists and engineers working in such the big or huge areas about the developing of scientific. But actually, in the second part, I want to focus on the interaction of technology and engineering. So in this part, I just introduce the book written by a brain author. So actually, so many people should maybe know his book. He is a very influential economist, not a scientist. But this book actually gives us the huge underground of the interaction of technology and engineering, even by economical group. So actually, that's a very important ideas for us to understanding of the interaction. So here, as I mentioned some quotations here, he gave us some good ideas about how we understand the technology in nature. So actually, he give us the separated of nature and technology. So he asked us, how could we understand the nature in the new technology? So, or could we understand better in the case of in which technology was developing further? So actually, that's why I called his ideas here. But he said we have no agreement on what the word technology means, actually. So no overall theory of how technologies come into being. No deep understanding of what innovation consists of, and no theory of evolution for technology. So he said, missing is a set of overall practical principles that would give the subject a logical structure, the sort of structure that would help fill this gap. So we can find how could we use that ideas to deal with technology and in innovation. So actually, we can find that there's some lot of innovation in technology. According to authors' ideas, without evolution, without a sense of a common relatedness, technology seems to be evolved independently and improve independently. Each must come from some unexplained mental process, some form of creativity or thinking outside the box. Not bring it into existence and separately develops it. With the evolution, if we can find how it works, new technologies would be birthed in some perceivable way from previous ones, a bit with a considerable mental whitewashing, and developed through some understood process of adaptation. In other words, he said, if we could understand evolution, we could understand that most of the mysteries of process, namely innovation. So actually, we can find the innovation is here is very important. But actually, I just want to move from the talking about the technology to engineering. So I just want to propose a kind of philosophy of engineering. Why I call it a kind of? Just because normally, so we call the philosophy of engineering is a part of philosophy of science. But actually, I just want to say no. We could put the philosophy of engineering as a crucial, as being crucial to our understanding of the society rather than the nature. So that's a very important. And I quote this paper written by Stephen Goldman in 2004. In this paper, actually he described some very new ideas about how or why we need a philosophy of engineering. But finally, I don't want to say more about philosophy of engineering, but technophilosophy. Here, I mentioned that David Hammers put the new book in his Reality Plus. In this book, he proposed what he called technophilosophy. So technophilosophy, as he said, is a combination of asking philosophical questions about technology and using technology to help answer traditional philosophical questions. So I think maybe he would say this philosophy could be the future of philosophy. So we can considering his proposing about the philosophy as a techno philosophy at all. Thank you.